All right, welcome back to For the Culture Crypto, where we bring blockchain to the block. In today's episode, we're digging into why most people are about to miss the next bull run. Again, it's not about timing the market, it's about mastering your mindset and positioning ahead of the pack. We're breaking down psycho behavior, emotional traps, and what actions you can take today to stay on track. This is not financial advice, it's strategy, education, and perspective. So always do your own research. All right, what's going on, D-Bird? What's up with you?
Man, we here. Another episode. We here at it, man. This is gonna be I think this is gonna be another good one. I know we say that, but you gotta master your mentality and know when to take your profits and get out. Because you don't want to be one of those people, man, where 4 years later you're like, what could have happened? And I know a guy, personally where that happened. I know a few people, so we want to make sure that doesn't happen to you. So that's why we're doing this episode, and I think it's going to be good, and we can shed some light and perspective on how to prepare to get out, the mentality you need, and don't overthink it. Don't think you're more smart than what you really are. Like when it's time to get out, get out. So yeah, man, let's get into it.
Question 1, why do people wait too long to enter the market?
Yeah, why do they wait too long to enter the market? So a lot of people waiting for confirmation bias, or just really confirmation, meaning they're chasing the noise. They hear like Bitcoin finally hit 120K, which it did during the recording of this, hit 120K. Now they feel it's time to get in because it's going in the direction they want. So they wait too long, where when you get in earlier, you actually make your gains, right? So we're going to talk about that in another question, but waiting for confirmation. So they listen to the noise, and this confirms to them it's time to get in. But you got to look at these triggers. And, if you're getting in when everybody else is getting in, once again, in the other episode, you're going to be the person that I'm selling to. So it's going to be too late by that time. So a lot of people also have the belief that they'll be able to buy lower, but they often miss major moves because they think that now it's going to go lower. Even after hearing the noise, they think it's going to go lower, and then they try to buy it. So those are the reasons why people wait too long.
What habits cause them to miss early momentum?
Yeah, so the habits. FOMO, fear of missing out. So you're buying during the peaks. The reason people miss a lot of momentum is because they want to ride the wave, so to speak. They want to get on something that's hot. So when crypto is all over the news and Bitcoin is a top 3, it flipped Amazon, I think, and now Amazon is back on top of Bitcoin. But when they start hearing that, now they want to get into all crypto, Bitcoin, and all the other altcoins. So, but that causes them these habits, FOMO, buying during the peaks, during just momentum, when momentum is high. This habit causes people to miss the real key buying entry points. So people also are waiting for perfect setups, and there's no perfect setup. You won't buy it perfectly low, and you won't buy it at the peak. So you really just have to be satisfied and happy with making your profits, making that 10x, and not making that 15, 30, 40x, because you're waiting and you're overthinking and you think you're smarter than the market or smarter than the indicators, and you're not. So a lot of people overanalyze instead of acting.
What does historical cycle data reveal about timing?
Yeah, so cycle data, what does it reveal? So when we look at the 2017 height of the bull run, the 2022, what this reveals is that early movers lock in most gains. And that's what I spoke about before in the earlier question. Early movers. So when the market isn't hot, when Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are not all the craze and all over the news, that's what it reveals. It reveals these early movers make the most gains. Whereas late entries, they saw a 50+% retrace from the peaks. Meaning, imagine getting in at the peak of the 2021 bull cycle. Or let's say this one, the 2025 bull cycle, you get in at the peak. Let's say Bitcoin hits 200K. And if it retraces 50%, so imagine getting in at 200K and it goes down, you lose 50% of your portfolio, right? In a matter of a few weeks. So that's what previous cycles reveal. Early movers lock in the most gains.
How do greed and fear kill entries?
Yeah. So greed meaning you're waiting for more gains. So what people do is they wait to try to get it perfectly low in order to then enter into the market and get it high. Whereas they should have done all of this before the hype came in and the euphoria came in. And they didn't do that. So now that's how it kills their entries, because now they keep waiting. And then what happens, something triggers in their mind. They think that Bitcoin is going to continue, or whatever coin they have will continue to go up, and it doesn't, because they don't understand the 4-year cycles, which is what we've been preaching, right? All in all, fear also will kill entries, right? So fear or loss paralysis. So they fear losing, so they don't even get in because they don't want to lose that 15, 20, 30%. So they don't even make a move. So they actually don't do anything. So the inactivity. Whereas it's better to at least get a position to understand what happens in the market. You just look at it as you're paying for a class. You pay for classes, you pay for education. So this is a way to pay for it. But both of them stop you from entering at key early points. So that's how greed and fear kill entries. And on that note, if this resonates with you, head to fortheculturecrypto.com and grab your bull run positioning guide. Join our Discord. We're breaking down early entry triggers in real time, so don't get left behind.
Next question. What pre-run signals should we be watching?
Pre-run signals. So we should track institutional ETF flows, also on-chain well accumulations, as well as sentiment shifts. These things will aid us and tell us that the bull market is in effect. And it is in effect during the recording of this. Bitcoin is going crazy. It retraced a little bit, but it's going to go above 120. I actually had my mark for Bitcoin to be 120, the peak of this bull market, but it blew past that. So it may hit 150K to 200K this cycle. So these are just some examples of what to look at as far as pre-run signals. And we've already had that now, and especially with all-time highs being hit with Bitcoin, and altcoin season's coming in when Ethereum starts to get some of that traction, and that's what's happening now as well with ETH becoming and getting its all-time high. It's going to kind of trickle down from there, and that's how this cycle works. First, Bitcoin receives it. It goes to ETH, and then it flows down to all the other altcoins.
How do you commit before market feels good?
Yeah, and this is the tough thing. Before market feels good, you're almost out there in the dark to a degree if you don't have a plan, right? And we help you with that plan at fortheculturecrypto.com. But you can dollar cost average. If you do your research now, or let's say in the bear market, it'd be easier to get in and, let's say, place $50 into a coin just to get a position. This is just an example. That's how you commit early to a project. If your research is good and you feel good about the coin, it's better to get it at, it's like getting a TV on sale. You already like the specs of this 80-inch TV, but you wait till, Black Friday to get the same TV. So just imagine doing that in a bear market. You like the project. You're gonna like it now. You're gonna like it tomorrow. You're gonna like it at the height of the bull market. So go ahead and get a position now. Allocate smaller starter positions per the signals that you see, and just treat it like insurance on your opportunity, essentially.
What mindset shifts are critical before the next rally?
Yeah, what mindset is needed? Confidence over doubt. That's really what's needed. And you build your confidence with having a mentor. Come to us, book a one-on-one meeting with me, and we'll go through it at forthecoachcrypto.com. We can take you through this. But education builds confidence. Having a mentor to help you go through and to ask questions and bounce ideas off of builds that confidence as well. So confidence over doubt, and trust your process. A lot of people don't even have a process. We'll help you with that, with developing a process of what to look at, what coins look good, and just accept volatility as normal. This is normal in crypto. This is what allows crypto to be that 10, 20, 30x, 100x gains. So all these different things: confidence, trust your process, and volatility is normal. Accepting that.
All right. How do you manage doubt and conviction day to day?
To manage doubt daily, use a journal. Journal would be good, just to collect your thoughts, to try to write down a process about where you are right now today. What is your process? And just know that it will change, and it should change. Set strategy check-ins weekly. Join the Discord. Lean on us, lean on the community. Book a session, and we'll get you there. And this will help you with the doubt that you have, because everybody had doubt that this bull run would happen, but it's the same 4-year cycle. And then we see Bitcoin pop up above 120K, and we saw it flip Amazon as far as market capitalization. And now everybody's saying, hey, the bull run's back. But the cycle's always been the same. So those would help and aid you in daily doubt.
What positions should smart investors build now?
Yeah, smart positions. Okay, positions to build today would be build with your core blue chips, whatever that may be. So let's say you're into a meme coin. There's still blue chips in meme coins, right? So a meme coin blue chip would be Pepe, for example. That would be considered a blue chip. I believe Pepe is going to flip SIVA. So that would be your blue chip. Also use mid-cap altcoins that have utility. That helps you out. Have 1 or 2 moonshots. And remember, in our previous episode, you don't want more than 15 coins. Like 15 should be the max. So once you do your research and you identify those coins that, your core blue chips, your mid caps, and your small moonshot, that's what you need to concentrate on, and make sure you follow that to understand everything. So that's how you would build daily.
How do you balance readiness with risk?
Readiness with risk, yeah. So for this, use laddered entries. So essentially like DCA, but let's say you don't have a position. You want your initial position after you feel confidence in that particular project. You look at the tokenomics, for example, look at the devs or the devs docs. What all do we know about it? What's going on with the community? And there's ladder in your buys to balance the readiness and risk. Keep stablecoin reserves. One of the things that happened to me before I did this particular technique of keeping stablecoin reserves is I was ready to buy a coin, but I did not have my stable coin reserve ready. I didn't have my USDT ready and waiting so I could attack when it reached a low. And it cost me a little bit. Whereas if I had it ready, then I can go ahead and pull the trigger immediately. So I have multiple accounts on multiple exchanges. So keeping stable coins on different exchanges where you can go and get those coins that may not be on the higher tier exchanges, that's key. And so only scale as conviction grows into a coin. You might just put $50 in one and you're really not convinced that it's going to do more than that. But don't worry about it. But if you start seeing more and more and your confidence grows in that particular project, then go ahead and scale in more buys as you go and you see how the coin is growing itself.
What 3 steps should listeners take this week?
Download the free guide that we have for you, meaning go to fortheculturecrypto.com and download the guide. Join the Discord, and so in the Discord, I'm going to tell you about where I am, my thoughts, if I'm buying, if I'm holding, if even when I'm about to sell. I'll release that to the membership on the Discord, and build your starter 3 token stack. Essentially, look at those as I stated before: your core blue chips, your mid caps, and your moonshot. Like, just do three coins in those 3 categories. That's what I would tell people to start doing this week.
All right, what final motivational message will help listeners act?
Yeah, so I would say this. Most miss the run because they wait. They don't take action. So I've been speaking to a few people, and one thing that I would say is I told one person, just go ahead and get your account. That's your first step. Because they feel like they've missed out on a particular coin that I'm heavy in. And I said, no, Q4 hasn't happened yet. Those indicators, it just hasn't happened. So first step, get on an exchange. That's what you do. And then when you feel comfortable, start off with $50 or $20 just so you can see the process, and then move from there. That'll be better than waiting. Because what you don't want to do is have that doubt. Don't get even a $50 position into a project, and then you see it go up to whatever number. You see it 10x, 15x, 100x even. We have some imposters on Instagram. We need to say that our official Instagram, is For the Culture Crypto. No underscore before, no underscore between the words or letters, and no underscore after. Just strictly the number 4, the Culture Crypto. That's us. We're just up as starters, and we already have a dummy account. Somebody is doing a fake account, taking our hard-earned content and just trying to display it as themselves. So fortheculturecrypto.com. It was interesting. I was just like, what is happening? I mean, didn't even change the logo or anything. So officially, it's just For the Culture Crypto. No underscores, no exclamation points, anything like that. Absolutely, get ready. We got the info for you. Even just download the PDFs. Download the PDFs. You do that, and then that's a start too. Create an account, download 1 or 2 PDFs, and put $50 in the song.
All right, man. That ends episode 8, man. That was a good one, man. Anything before we sign now?
Nah, I like it. I think it was good, and don't go to the imposters. Go to the originators. Come to us. We here.